everyone, welcome to variation 12. I'm going to use this variation to go into bow division a bit more because bow division is very, very important. One of my teachers, Professor Scholz, used to say you have to know exactly at which part of the bow you play each and every note. When I first heard this, I thought he was crazy, but now I cannot imagine playing the violin any other way. You see, the bow is so different at the frog and at the middle, and again different at the tip. And if you know where you can play what, you'll be working with the bow and not against it. And bow technique will become so much more manageable if you can do that. Start with dividing the bow in half, and then divide the halves again, so that you come with 4 equal quarters. It will be the first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, and fourth quarter. If you've never done this before, it can be helpful to mark the places with sellotape. And then start practicing notes and scales in the different parts of the bow and concentrate on how it feels to play in different parts of the bow and also how the sound changes. So if you're playing in the first quarter, the bow is heavy there, we have to carry the bow. In the second quarter already the bow is less heavy. Third quarter you have to start adding weight. Quarter, you have to add more weight. It can be very, very helpful to practice scales like that. You can go and so on, so that you can get a feel for how the bow feels in each part of the bow and what you have to do to make sure that the sound stays the same even if the weight of the bow changes according to which part of the bow you're playing. You can also do half bows. That will be a little bit because that will give you a very, very good feeling for the bow and it will help you with your bow technique. The next thing that can be helpful for this variation is to practice whole bows, where on the up bow you divide the bow in half and lift the bow just below the middle. That will be something like this. Notice how for the long note, which is on the string, I drop my wrist because I need weight. Drop the wrist. And for the up bow, when I'm going to lift the bow, I lift my wrist as well. Drop. Lift. Drop. Lift. Practice that in scales. That helps a lot with this variation. I'm going to work through this variation with you, talking you through what I'm doing with the bow division. The variation starts with the 16th note upbeat. Be careful to be rhythmically precise. It's a 16th note, not an 8th note. So what we have is, we don't have, but it's a 16th note, so be careful to be precise about that. That's the first thing you have to watch. Now, to start off, you need very little bow for a 16th note, so put your bow at the tip, just below the tip, catch the string, use very little bow for the 16th note, otherwise it'll become too long. And then you go, lift, now whole bow, lift, whole bow, lift, whole bow. Stop the bow and then play the 16th note again. Whole bow. That one's a bit tricky because you have that down bow put into the middle of that. Takes a bit of time. What you do is you go until just below the middle. Then you play the down bow, and then you have about half, just over half the bow left for the remaining note. I'll show you again. Carry on with the whole bow. Lift, whole bow, quarter bows, half bow, lift, whole bow, quarter bows, half bows, whole bow, half bow, lift, whole bow, quarter bows, half bow, whole bow, lift, whole bow, quarter bows, half bows, whole bow, lift, stop the bow again, 16th note, whole bow, half bows, whole bow, lift in the middle. So that's how you divide the bow. It helps to do it very slowly at first so that you really know what you're doing and you know exactly where you are playing what note. And it helps a lot to do these things at exactly the same place of the bow, because that way you are doing exactly the same movement. That will give you security and precision in your bow technique.